there's still 3 of them. They're all cannons too.
You're comfortable with that?
Yep.
That's all right?
Yep. Why do you ask?
Well, the reason I ask is Kent.
Kent, yes. The youngest weird.
Inborn weird.
Hates cameras. Doesn't like being taped at all. Well, I guess I would answer that question with 2 things. One, I'm not really Kent. Kent's just a character that I made up. And 2, but he hates cameras because he feels like anything captured on a camera is inherently inauthentic, because you've stopped what you're doing and now they're taking a picture of it. So you're not really doing what you'd normally be doing. You're just doing stuff for the camera.
So what should people know about the Weird family?
Well, there's 5 of them. There's 5 kids. They're a family that has had their share of tragedy. Although the book itself is a comedy, I would like to make that clear to everyone. It's a funny story about a tragic family, but they've been cursed or blessed at the moment of their birth. Their grandmother, the maternal grandmother, a woman they refer to almost consistently as the shark, gave them all a blessing at the moment of their birth. Something that she felt that they needed, a special kind of power, right, an ability. Now, inadvertently, these special powers have ended up ruining their lives, turning into curses. So the grandmother has decided that she's going to die on her birthday, which is in about 3 weeks. She's given the charge to Angie to round up all of her siblings, whom they haven't been in the same room for 7 years, get them to the hospital room, so that the moment of the grandmother's death, she can lift the curses / blessings.
Well, blessings / curses, aka you call them blursings.
Blursings, yes.
Blursings in the book.
Which is different than something that is a curse and a blessing, because a blursing is both at the same time intertwined, right? So curse and a blessing would be something that there is a possibility to dodge the curse and only receive the blessing. A blursing is different. They're welded together. They're fused. So there's no separation. So the blursing is a slightly different thing than a curse blessing.
And all 5 of the weird siblings, all 5 of the weird siblings, have
a blursing.
A
yes.
blursing.
Yep.
Each one has a different blursing.
Yes.
Okay, help me out here. I got a list.
Okay. All right.
Abba.
Yes.
Hopefulness.
Yeah. Never loses hope.
Okay. Kent.
Always slightly stronger than someone he's in a fight with.
So
physical fight. Yeah, like a punch.
So he always wins at fighting. Okay. Lucy is good with directions.
Yeah, never gets lost.
Never gets lost. Angie has forgiveness.
Always can say she will instantly forgive anybody.
And last but certainly not least, Richard.
Richard, he keeps himself safe.
Self-preservation.
Yeah.
Okay. And they're blursings. Now,
well, you can see. I mean, a lot of those things. Some of those things sound like they're good things, right? Mm-hmm. Kent's the perfect example. So he's always. So he's not a big guy. He's kind of a short guy, but whenever he's in a fight, a physical fight, he always wins, right? This has the shadow of the fact that he's kind of turns into a dick because he's only strong when he's fighting. He's only powerful. He only gets that rush of power when he's in confrontation with someone. So he kind of goes around looking for fights all this time. Same with Angie, who can always forgive. You think that's like something you would work your whole life, a transcendent quality. You would long to become that person. But she kind of gets walked over by everybody. She kind of, she doesn't have a lot of luck with boyfriends. She doesn't have a lot of respect from other people because you can do anything to her and she's going to forgive you, right? So each one of these powers has another side to it that is, proved quite damaging to them.
And pretty inseparable, the blessing and the curse, like we say. So where did the idea for blessings come from?
For what, blessings?
Blursings.
Blursings. For the blursings?
I slurred that.
I think it's inheritance. That would be, the whole book is about family, right? The whole book is about what your family gives and takes away from you, right? So the main blursing of being in a family is that it gives you everything you are. It gives you all your strength, all the good things that you have. It's the family that teaches you to believe in yourself. It's the family that teaches you to get out there. It's the family that literally feeds and supports you until you can do it for yourself, right? Like all that sort of stuff. You'd be nothing without them. But then the other side is that they're the ones that mess you up at the same time, right? The dynamic, the inheritance of a certain pattern of thought, of an interaction, of all the weird crap that happens when you're young, all those forming moments. So those very moments that make you able to become successful and define yourself and do all this sort of stuff, they're also the things that are getting in the way, and the things that you have to like. They're the. I don't know. I'm not explaining this well, but you know what I mean.
No, I totally know what you mean. I mean, there's so many childhood flashbacks in the book, and it actually got me to think about my childhood, and it's come up a lot for me lately, and just how these events from childhood. I mean, you obviously believe that they can affect us our whole lives.
Oh
right?
yeah. I mean, I'm not a huge. I don't really believe that everybody still has an 8-year-old boy inside them or their 8-year-old kid inside them. I don't think that's true. I think that I don't think that you have a wounded child inside of you, but I think where you are right now is a path that you're on because of those early experiences, right? So it's like right now, the fact that you're wearing this sweater and this hat in this
that my mother knit.
That your mother knit. Okay, there you go. But you know what I mean? Like the decisions you make are totally influenced by the first 17, 18 years of your life. We tend to think of fathers and we tend to think of family as something like noble and almost holy and lofty, but really it's just a couple of scared people trying to figure out how to do it. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about parenthood is that I got 2 kids now. I got one 6 and one 4, and I am a father to them, and they see me as a father. I'm like capital F father, right? This is why you don't call your dad by his first name. I'm not a person to my kids. I am their father, and it's a complete masquerade. It's like here I am, trying to figure out how we're gonna pay the rent, and wondering if we're doing a good job, and trying to make sure that I've got a coat for them. And they see the front of the stage. They just see these 2 people taking care of them. It's a wonderful, amazing insight. So.
Can I file that under blursing?
It is a blursing. Parenthood for sure is a blursing. It's like the best. That's the thing I love about being a parent so much, is that at the end of every single day of my life, the best moment and the worst moment of my day will inevitably be from my kids. Right. It's like that was horrible. I wish that didn't happen. And 4 minutes later, it's like there's like something on the other side of it with the same kid. Do you know what I mean? Like probably in the same room. That's the whole nature of family. That's the whole nature of the weirds. That's what this book is all about, right? It's like family is this incredibly paradoxical situation. You can't treat anyone like the way we treat family is horrible. I sometimes tell people to stop treating me like family because I don't want to be treated like family. I want to be treated well, right? The only person you can look in the face and say, you're fucking up. You got to stop doing this, is someone you love so much that saying that to them will not make them run away, right?
Right.
Either that's the best friend you've ever had or a brother that you see every 7 years. Do you know what I mean? Like there's something, whether it is some sort of genetic thing or some sort of like smell that's coming off, or whether it's just something we socially constructed to be so, hardcore. Like just a concept that we all believe, like an apple we've all swallowed, but it's like there's something about family that is just like it's either a structure that you can climb or a cage you're trapped within, right? But you're inside of it at all times.
And every family member has a certain...
It made no sense. I totally rambled at the end there.
And yet I'm absorbing every
I know.
word.
You're looking at me like it was making sense.
It does. No, it makes perfect sense. I mean, every family member has a role that they have to play as well. And so their own individual blursing. That they can't get out of.
Right. An oldest kid will always be an oldest kid. A youngest kid will always be a youngest kid. A middle kid will always be a middle kid. And these things, I used to think that I could make a lot of money writing a book. A series of books that were like horoscopes, but instead of like Aries and Scorpio and Gemini, it would be like, here's the horoscope for the firstborn, here's the horoscope for the middle child, here's the horoscope for the lastborn.
Right.
Because where you are born in the birth sequence is so incredibly, defines a lot.
I'll always be the baby. And how do I escape that blursing?
You don't.
Right? You don't escape that. Even this game.
The game kind of,
Should we just call it a game? Just call it a day on the game? That's it?
excellent.
That's it? Game over?
Yay.
You done your
Yeah,
cocoa?
the cocoa's done.
Okay, great. Thanks for coming on
hey man,
Pagelick.
that was great. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Andrew.
Yay. Thanks, guys.
Let's do this.
Throw it. I dare you to throw it.
Oh, no, I'm not a violent man. I'm not a Kent. Oh, jeez.
Would Kent have thrown it?
I guess...